Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's your boy Smokester here, back at you with another video, and today we are going to be covering my top 3 favorite Mxgp tracks. Now, we have Mxgp right around the corner, and I figured, you know what, why not cover my 3 favorites, right? So we're going to go over my 3 favorites, and then I want you guys to comment down below what your top 3 favorite Mxgp tracks are, man. Put them in order from 3 to 1. So for me, starting with number 3, we have Argentina. Now, so I'm going to explain kind of why I really like Mxgp tracks, right? So starting back in the day, so I used to race motocross when I was a kid, and I always loved it. And back when the PlayStation 1 came out, you know, there was a lot of dirt bike games, but none of them were really like, I'm not explaining it. Like, I had a lot of fun on them, but I took a break from video games for years. We were going through some personal things, and I just took a break from video games, you know. Fast forward to 2017, 2018, I believe. I found a game called Mxgp 2. Now, looking back at it, it's like, okay, that game probably isn't the best, you know. It's from the creators of the Monster Energy Supercross games and stuff like that, but it really brought me back into motocross and just racing dirt bikes in general. So I was playing that game a lot, and I really enjoyed that game. Like, I put a lot of hours into that game, man. And on that game, you have Mxgp tracks. Now, I was playing that game a lot, so I feel like I have a good sense of the Mxgp tracks, because I also don't feel like the layout changes an insane amount on the Mxgp tracks. So found that game, started playing it, and ever since then, man, I just really enjoy these Mxgp tracks. So my third favorite on this list, which is going to be a list of my top 3 favorites, I don't know if I specified that, but we did now. We have Argentina. Now, this was one of the first tracks that I played on Mxgp 2, and I thoroughly enjoy it. I enjoy the roughness of it. I enjoy just the way it is built. Just thoroughly enjoy this track. I really can't sit here and say, like, there's a single Mxgp track that's just terrible, and I don't know why. I can't. I think my least favorite Mxgp track of all of them is Italy, but, you know, that's just a personal preference. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go hop on to my second favorite Mxgp track. Alright, so here we are on my second favorite Mxgp track. We have Lombardia. Now, this game is also in the base game of MX Bikes with a stock track, but it is called Mantua. And this was one of my favorite, obviously, in the Mxgp series that I was playing. And I just overall really enjoyed the flow of this track. I really enjoyed the racing on this track. Mainly, that's what boils down to my list of my top 3, is like the racing and how good the racing is. I really have a blast on this track, and I think that there's a lot of people too. And one of the positives about this track in MX Bikes is that the 2023 version by JV, which is the one I am currently on, is free on the MX Bike Shop. So if you want to have a free track to kind of test out your Mxgp skills for the upcoming Mxgp series, definitely just go pick this up, man. I forgot about that. Good thing we got a good front end on this, boy. Definitely go pick this up if you're trying to improve on your Mxgp. Definitely go pick this up, man. Now, this right here is my favorite section of this track. It's simple. It's just back and forth with like a little uphill 90-degree turn. You know what I mean? It's not insanely hard. I love this little section, man. And then coming into right here, so fire, bro. I love this track, man. I really do. And the racing on this track is very good. Now, the layout of the base games, Mantua, Lombardia, is a little different through that section. But for the most part, once you play the Mantua version, you just have to get used to one little slight difference of the track, and that would be that back section. So, but yes, this is my second favorite Mxgp track. And I think that it being sand, it's the only one of the three that I picked that is sand. And I didn't do that intentionally, but it's kind of cool. We got a sand track up on here, you know what I mean? But this offers some very good racing, very good scaling on this track, and just overall, it's a very fun track to ride, man. So, and I really would like to enter MXGP this year. I don't know how it's going to work with my work schedule, so maybe I won't focus so much on trying to, you know, do good in the points, but maybe just trying to qualify for the races I can on my days off. And I think that I'm much better at, you know, MXGP and motocross than I am on Supercross, man. Supercross is a very, oh man, it's difficult in this game, bro. It really is. So overall, second favorite track right here, we have Lombardia. And like I said, just an amazing track. And I guess one of the things I do like about this track is it's not a very hilly track. A lot of the MXGP tracks have a lot of hills going on, you know, up and down and stuff. And this reminds me more of just, you know, a simple, flat, not flat, I guess it is kind of flat, motocross track. So I thoroughly enjoy this track, man. So next we're gonna head on over to my favorite MXGP track. And I'm excited to show you guys because this is by far my favorite. Let's get to it. All right, so for my number one favorite MXGP track, it is by far like such an easy choice, man. It's Agueda, Portugal. And I love this track. I love the different elevations this track offers. I love the visuals of this track. Pretty much on every game I've played it, it just looks awesome. I love the racing on this track, man, and I love the sequence of jumps and the layout. The layout of this track is just phenomenal, bro. I absolutely love this track. Now, you're gonna have to let me know down below what your guys' top 3 MXGP tracks are, what you are most excited to see the 2024 rendition of in the game. My favorite section of this track is actually right here. So coming up, you turn, you hit this big triple, and then you sweep around this corner, and then you got to double back up this hill. This whole, actually, you know, it's funny I say a whole section, but it's like half the track that's my favorite. I just love the way the layout is, the way you hit the jumps, the flow, just all of that. So this right here, and then you come in. Now, there is a couple of different ways you can go through this part. I usually choke up because it's so hard for me to triple over this. Now, I think if I spent enough time on this track, I could probably get that down pretty well. And I do plan on, you know, putting some more time into MXGP. So if my writing in this video is not the best, man, I just wanted to kind of go over my top 3 favorite MXGP tracks and just kind of, you know, spend a little bit of time on them, man, because MXGP and motocross are my favorite. I like watching Supercross, but as far as like playing the game, motocross and the MXGP are my favorite, man. I love racing these tracks. I love riding these tracks, and just in general, man, I just have a very good time with these. So we're gonna finish up this lap before we get out of here, man. We're gonna try to do a halfway decent lap. Now, I'm not a pro. I am not a pro by any means. I wouldn't even call myself an amateur, because even the amateur guys on this game are fast, man. But I enjoy this game, and I enjoy spinning laps on these MXGP tracks by far. Like, I love this. And this track, whenever I think of like, okay, let's just go ride around on MXGP tracks, man, this is the track that I think of, bro. I really just enjoy how the entire track is set up, man. And yeah, easy number one. It was an easy choice. I didn't even have to sit there and think about it. When I came up with the idea for my top 3 favorite MXGP tracks, right away, I didn't even have to, you know, contemplate it. I knew what number 1 was, and that is this track, man. So also do me a favor and comment down below what you initially raced MXGP tracks on. Was MX Bikes the first game that you raced the MXGP tracks on? MX Sim, MXGP? Like, what was the game that you learned the MXGP tracks on, because I don't feel like they differentiate very much from year to year as far as the layout. And I know like this track specifically is pretty much the exact same layout that it was on MXGP2. So, you know, there's obviously a little bit of differences with like the roughness and, you know, different ruts and stuff like that. But overall, for the most part, this track is the exact same as it was on MXGP. So, but yeah, man, that is my list of my top 3 MXGP tracks. Now, I know my riding wasn't the best probably, but writing and doing commentary at the same time is very difficult. So maybe I should have just recorded some writing and then put commentary above it. But I feel like being authentic and doing the commentary at the same time that I'm writing is important. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. But if you enjoyed this video, man, make sure you comment down your top 3 MXGP tracks. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. And I will see y'all next time, man. Peace.